Today is day 70 of my 100 days of gratitude. I said 70. Today I am grateful for canes. I have been walking around today, I guess a little bit on Tuesday at the hospital, but today with a cane. And I haven't been able to use it because it's all like my shoulders and upper back. So using a cane, you have to like apply pressure to take off your hips, so then it applies pressure here, so it hasn't been working, but my neck's a little bit better today. We're getting there. Obviously I'm out of bed, so it's a step closer. And so I just thinking about canes, I had a Nana who walked around with a cane, and I had a grandfather who had his leg amputated, and he always had a cane. And so I always associated having a cane with being old. And I think that's fair. I think that's a typical assumption when you're young. And then in grade 9, which I think is freshman year in the States. I'm not really good at the freshman, sophomore, junior situation, but in grade 9, we were, my best friend and I, the one that I did masks with, I don't know, many days ago on the gratitude videos. We were horsing around, of course, during volleyball in gym class. And I blew my knee pretty good, and I went down like a ton of bricks, and I had my kneecap had slipped under my muscle, and it was excruciating. I almost threw up actually, and later a doctor said it's just your reaction to how painful it was. And so that happened at least 30 times in my life, and now my knees are shot. I've had arthritis since I was 16. Anyway, I'm super healthy, as you can tell, obviously. But I walked with a cane for a couple days after that happened in grade 9. And I don't know, I think I needed it. I genuinely couldn't walk. We ended up at Sick Kids, which is the big children's hospital in Toronto. But I genuinely couldn't walk. Like, I needed the cane, but I think I also thought, like, this is kind of cool. I've got a cane. And then within like 10 minutes of being in school, I'm like, oh my gosh, it takes forever to walk anywhere. And so, I don't know when. I was diagnosed September 2015 with metastatic disease. And my back was in killer pain for at least a year before that. And I'm riddled head to toe with cancer in my bones. So I'm kind of trying to think when we got the cane. It wasn't, I'd say maybe the start of 2016. And when I first got the cane, I didn't use it very much at all. I used it in airports because it made my disability visible. And it just helped. It helped people, would help me lift things, which otherwise, I don't know what I would do. I'd have to ask somebody for help, and then they look at you like you're able-bodied, and why would you need help? And, it just kind of gets confusing and frustrating, and I don't want to have to sit there to a total stranger and say, can you help me because I have cancer? And so the cane just fixes that. It just fixes that for me. And quite often Keith's with me, but when I am by myself, I have traveled by myself before, and people are amazing. Typically. Sometimes people, kind of cut you off, and you're like, really? Anyway, that's not my point. So I have 2 canes. Ugh, even looking down is still sore. My black one, this is my go-to. This is you can see the chips in it and stuff. Quite often in a picture, not all the time, but sometimes in a picture, if I have my cane, I'll throw it. I don't know, just so if I set it down, I think it'll still be in the picture, and so I'll throw it, because my balance is typically pretty good, and so I have some marks on it. And then this is my fancy cane. Doesn't it make me look like a pimp or something? Oh, I didn't notice those marks. Anyway, if you look at it like this, I don't know, it just makes me, like if we were going out somewhere and I needed my cane, I'd probably take that one. And so when I got the cane, and I wasn't afraid to use it, but I'd see the reaction on people's face who had never seen me with the cane, and it was like, what's wrong? Why have things gotten worse? Like, what's happened? Did you break something? No, I'm just not stupid enough not to use a cane anymore when I'm in pain. And I think what it was is that I was so afraid of what I looked like as a young person using a cane that I was like, well, I'm not that sick. I don't need a cane. Okay, then the outside voice goes, well, you do have stage 4 cancer down your spine and in your pelvis among every other bone in your body. So maybe a cane isn't like a stupid idea. And your oncologist did just fill out the form for a parking permit. So maybe a cane isn't totally outlandish. Okay, I'll buy the cane, but I don't think I'll need it. Anyway, I use it. I use it quite a bit now. And I've had family, I've had just look at me like, oh God, she's not telling us something. And sometimes I text before I meet up with somebody saying, I'm walking with a cane today. I'm still stable. Nothing has spread. I'm just using the cane because it's easier on my back. You know, it's just funny that, and I know that I'm not blaming anybody. I know I would be reacting the same way because that was my assumption. And growing up, that's older people need canes, younger people don't. And so today I'm grateful for having access to a cane, being able to afford a cane. They're like $20-30. And not being afraid to use a cane and having the support around me. Like sometimes I'll ask friends, like, do you mind if I bring my cane? And they're like, no. Like, why would, I don't know if people are embarrassed by it. Like, I don't know what other people's views are on this stuff. But again, it's like, I've tried to convince myself that like, well, I'm not that sick. I don't need a cane. So by me saying, is it okay if I bring a cane? And they say like, yeah, of course. I think, well, I mean, you can't think I'm crazy for asking you that. And then I think, oh yeah, but you are that sick. So today I'm grateful for a cane. As a side note, and this is maybe a little hard for me to admit, because I have been stuck in bed for the last 6 days, which yesterday I said felt like millions of years, I have found it tough to remember to do these gratitude videos. I have not found it tough to think of something I'm grateful for. I found it tough to remember. And I think it's because I'm going through the motions of trying to feel better. And that's where my focus is. And when I think, oh yeah, you have to do a gratitude video, that's not a thought that I've had to think up until now. It's been, oh, good, I get to shoot this video. Like sometimes it's early in the morning, it doesn't matter, but I always remember. And then, you know, Saturday night, it went really late and then I buggered my back and so I shot it late. And then, yeah, just every night, tonight, or this week has kind of been, oh yeah, I have to do my gratitude video. And again, it's not tough to find gratitude in my life, but to remember, and that's a hard one for me to admit because this is a project that means a lot to me, and to then forget, like, no, not okay. So I was thinking about it a while ago, thinking, well, just don't say anything, like just push through. And then I was like, no, you promised yourself you were going to be honest. That's what you pride yourself on. That's what people connect with. You're going to be honest. Share that you're forgetting to do the gratitude videos. I haven't missed one yet, but it's taking me sometimes like sitting in bed, you know, having taken all my nighttime drugs and gone, oh my gosh, I haven't filmed my video yet. So I don't know, just something that I'm definitely thinking about a lot because, like I said, I don't for 1 minute wanna try to convince anybody that I'm not grateful. I am. You have no idea the gratitude that I have for my life. But yeah, it's an interesting thing that I'm kind of going through, especially day 70. Like, we're in the final stretch here, 30 days and it's March 11th. Okay, I can't think that way. It's the day I was diagnosed and I don't want to think like that. March 11th we have kind of something planned. And yeah, it's hopefully going to be a nice celebration that I've made it another year instead of, another March 11th. So I'm very long-winded tonight, obviously. 9.5 minutes, and I'll turn it off. So today I'm grateful for these canes, and if you are somebody in my situation, consider a cane because it is really helpful. Talk to you tomorrow.